Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR World Cup Show. I'm your host. Presented by Vodka TV, of course. Before the host, of course. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, a.k.a. Merchel, a.k.a. World's #1 Alejandro Garnacho stan. And we are diving in today to World Cup Contenders, continuing our preview of the big tournament. And I am joined by just an all-star cast of dudes. Just dudes that are truly him. These guys are him. And him, #1 to my left here, is super producer, but not in the producer's chair, just on set, Yaya Vasquez, my guy.
I am the ultimate Mexico patriot today.
Let's go. You are decked out fully.
I got to represent because they won't represent at the World Cup.
Fair enough. Get it in now while you can. Love
I
that.
have only so much time to talk shit before it all goes sideways.
Get it
And
off.
I'm taking advantage of
ticking.
it. I'm taking advantage of every minute.
If there's any safe space for wild Mexico national team takes, it is this space. To my right here is just the man with the graphics plan, downtown Dwayne Brown. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? I am not repping Mexico today.
You
I
are
am
not.
I am repping the
Rapping
DNVR
the
times
Rapids.
Rapids hub for the cup today.
You are rapping
Ready
the
for next
Rapids.
week.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, of course, Dwayne is referring to the fact that we have teamed up with the Colorado Rapids to be your #1 spot for the cup. Come hang out here. The bar is getting decked out as we speak with scarves and signage, and we're going to have some cool installation stuff. There's going to be a big ol' thing. So just make sure you're down here if you're watching games. We'll be here. We'll be hanging out. All right. Oh, and of course, how could I forget the legend on the ones and twos today? We got Allie on deck. Let's go.
By the
Huge for us. Huge.
Ali's a huge Ecuador fan, by the way.
Yeah, let's go. Big
She's
time.
she can name every player, where they play for, and
Yep.
how many. And she's like a great predictor. I'm
It's
sure
true.
she can tell us who's gonna score the
Por
first goal.
supuesto.
There we go. That's what's up. You love to see it. So we are going to jump into contenders. We're going to talk our favorite bets for the cup. But before that, we have just a little news to get to in Rapids World. And it's something that we spent pretty much all last season talking about. And Yaya's about to throw it up here. There is a new kit sponsor. And you can see it here on screen. We got the guys repping it. UC Health has jumped on. And if Yaya, you want to hold that up for the camera right now? Looks really clean on the kit in person. We're seeing it here. I think it's really slick. Dwayne, you're the designer, so tell me if I'm off there.
You're not off there. It looks great on the jersey. The shirt looks good with it. It fits in really well. It doesn't take over. I was talking to some of the Rapids folks this morning while we were decorating the bar, and like having even the UC Health blue in there. It was important to keep that blue for their branding. So visually looks great. It's a sharp looking shirt. Outside of the visuals, I think it's a great partnership. I love that it's local.
Yeah.
And I love that it's not a transaction sort of thing. You know,
Sure.
It's not a, we give you money, you put our logo on your shirt. Instead, it's this really nice, like, initiative sort of partnership.
Yeah.
Where it's not just about the money and the logo. It's about two entities teaming up to make Colorado a healthier place. And I'm looking forward to seeing how both the Rapids and UC Health kind of work together and put some things into action.
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest thing is this isn't just a first team kit, although it will be on the home kit, it'll be on the away kit, it'll be on training stuff. So you'll see it on the field during MLS games. For me, the bigger thing is the Rapids have about, 10,000 players in their youth program, something like that, and they're all going to have UC Health.
Yep.
There's going to be partnered with a ton of health initiatives, like you already said. I think it is win-win-win for UC Health and for the Rapids. Rapids already sitting on a bunch of GAM. Hopefully this just brings in more money organizationally and just allows them to spend,
Love
grow as a club, and put that Rapids logo in all the UC Health locations, which are all over the metro area.
The other thing also that's just symbolizes that the Rapids are growing as a club. They're starting to get a lot of the things that fans are complaining about kind of out of the way. They're having a kit sponsor, and we've heard they're making some new adjustments to the stadium. They're trying to fix a couple of things. You can really tell the Rapids are making a concerted effort to listen to the fans, see what they want, and little by little, I feel like they are improving. It's a hard task to ask a team and an organization to change overnight, but it just feels like they're trying a little bit harder to connect with the fans that they had in the past. And that's something I can appreciate more than just the kit sponsor. Although the kit sponsor is really nice because it looks really nice on the kit because it's nice and clean. There's no crazy logo. It's just exactly to what it is. And it's not super crazy.
No, it's not. It's not a wild logo. It's not a company you've never heard of. It's not a company that's going to disappear, right? Like you hear about the Heat were with FTX, that crypto bomb, right? That is now completely bankrupt, and they have to already lose the rights after less than a season for naming their stadium. This isn't anything like that. UC Health is going to be around. It's a multi-year deal. I expect it to last a really long time. Whether or not it's going to be always the kit sponsor, they're going to be around a lot. I just think it's a really smart move by them from top to bottom.
Also, I love that it's Colorado-based. When we were talking about this a while back,
that was my first ever show.
Yeah, Dwayne's our first ever show.
When we talked about kit sponsors.
Exactly. And now like that we have one, it's nice that we got something Colorado-based that also connects them to other teams here in Denver. Yeah. Because I know the Nuggets and Avalanche have some sort of a partnership with them. I also know the Broncos have a partnership with them.
They have the name on the Broncos practice facility,
exactly.
Right?
Like it's really nice to see that they're trying to make that road, that connection to the rest of the teams and kind of bring that whole community in together and have everybody love the Rapids. Just like you have Rapids Rockies fans that are Nuggets fans and Avalanche fans that are Broncos fans. It's nice that they're starting to kind of make that connection little by little to bring the fan base a little bit more, kind of see that we're connected as a city and connected as sports fans here in Denver.
Yep.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
It's a huge win. Yeah, it's a win all around. It's a win visually. It's a win for everyone who's been clamoring that the team isn't legit enough without that sponsor, so we've got it now. And it's again, my favorite thing about it is that it's not a transaction logo for money. It is a true partnership that I think will be in the community because it's local. It's not just a national brand that's selling widgets or whatever. Like it's something that's in the community, and I think it's going to be great. Like it's going to be a great partnership for everybody. I think I'm excited for it.
Look, it's not Crocs, but I think we all love it anyways. So good job, Rapids. All right, we're gonna leave Rapids news behind. That being said, there's a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. Some news. I'm sure there'll be some re-signings, some player movement, et cetera, that can all come during the World Cup. So if anything happens, we're not going to be just World Cup focused. We'll hop on a quick 20-minute if we need to reaction pod, stuff like that. So
yeah, right now our Twitter says DNVR World Cup, but we are DNVR FC right now.
Correct. DNVR FC, All City FC,
all encompassing.
Yeah. So. Don't worry about that, but we do want to make sure that you guys are prepared for the World Cup. And seeing as how this is also going on the Denver Sports Pod feed, kind of help our at-large fan base kind of learn more and be ready for this tournament. So we didn't get to it last time, so we're going to start out. Our guy Yaya is going to take us to CONCACAF Corner. My dude. So what do you got for us?
CONCACAF Corner, this is very dear to my heart. I'm a huge CONCACAF fan. I grew up. For those that don't know, that are listening, that want to get indoctrinated to what CONCACAF is. CONCACAF is the North American region. Mm-hmm. Each FIFA designates regions to each part of the world, basically. And our region is called CONCACAF. And one reason I love it so much is because Mexico plays in it.
Of course.
And I'm a huge Mexico fan. I grew up a Mexico fan. That was my first love. That's the first team I ever cheered for in my life.
Wow.
Because my family's are all Mexican and Mexico fans. So to start it off, we're not going to talk Mexico. I think we're going to talk Costa Rica. I think they're the most likely to get eliminated.
Oh, yeah. Tough group for the Ticos.
Facing Japan, Germany, and Spain in their group. Two powerhouses and an Asian powerhouse.
Japan's good. Japan's a good team.
Japan gave the U.S. a hard time.
Yeah.
A super hard time. They won against the U.S.
Yeah.
The biggest thing with when you're looking at Costa Rica, they're well coached, but they're very conservative. Mm-hmm. They lack chance creation, which is the biggest thing in soccer. You need to create a chance to score, but their attacking forwards are really good with Bennett, Campbell, old Arsenal product.
Campbell, man, what a legend,
dude!
CONCACAF legend.
Dude is well liked by everybody. I haven't heard anything bad about him except for Arsene Wenger, but that's because it just didn't work out for him.
My one note on Costa Rica, before you keep going, I just wrote down classic CONCACAF bullshit.
Yeah, that's who they are. That's literally who they are. Costa Rica's gonna CONCACAF it up, and the rest of the world is not gonna know what hit them.
It's gonna be dirty, physical, slow paced.
For those new to soccer and new to CONCACAF is also a description as
Yes,
much
correct.
as
It is an adjective and a noun. Yes,
As much as it is an organization.
CONCACAF is something
verb?
you would
It's a
hear.
verb. It's a verb.
It's a verb. It's an all-encompassing. It's also
It's
an
all.
adjective.
It's all the above. Yeah. All right, keep going. Sorry.
But Costa Rica's also has the best goaltender. I think it has the best goaltender out of all the CONCACAF region. And I think CONCACAF history in Keylor Navas.
yeah.
I think Keylor Navas,
That's safe.
it's the best goalie to ever come out of the North American region. And that's one reason why Costa Rica can make life very hard for everybody. Chacon probably won't see the pitch immediately, but he
Can you
could
pull
get,
that up, Ali? That Chacon comment. Thank you.
He won't. He's on the squad. Colorado Rapids 2 player. He played all last year in Costa Rica. But Chacon is a very talented player. They have really high hopes for him. They're hoping that he can get 20 to 30 minutes per game. One injury, he's probably up. And he could start a whole game. I can see him playing around 120 minutes.
I think their back line is set. Their attack set. Their goalkeeper clearly set. Midfield, there's some opportunities. And if he comes in, say like that 60 minutes sub, 75 minutes sub, whatever, in that first game and makes an immediate impact, he could be playing the rest of the tournament.
Exactly. And also the other thing you got to keep in mind with Costa Rica is that they have a lot of the same squad that made that magical run in 2014 all the way to the quarters. And even though he's not starting and he's not penciled in as one of the main players, Brian Reeves is the heart of this team. Mm-hmm. Brian Reeves controls that midfield, and he will make this team go, even if he's not on the pitch. He is what makes this team run.
Vibes guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He might be the vibes guy of the tournament. He's definitely first 11 all vibes.
Yeah. He's
First 11
if you kind of want to compare him a little bit to like a US player, he's a lot more like a Michael Bradley that doesn't start as much.
Bradley, maybe Kellen Acosta.
Yeah, Kellen Acosta,
like somewhere in that range.
something
yeah.
like that. Like through the history, if you're looking at Mexico, he's like the Andres Guardado.
Oh, yeah.
He's the Rafa Marquez, but without all the pedigree. And that's kind of what you look at, like when you look at Costa Rica.
Sure. How about Canada? You want to do Canada next?
Yeah, we'll jump into Canada because I have some takes on Mexico
Sure.
that are going to be
we'll get
very
into
crazy.
Mexico. Don't worry. But Canada, to me, obviously they finished top of the CONCACAF qualifying, qualified for their first World Cup as a team. Canada right now has some actual names on a world stage. Alphonso Davies playing, of course, for Bayern Munich and playing a lot and playing well. They are fast. They are athletic. Former Rapid Mark Anthony Kaye named to the squad in the midfield there. Just off the top, guys, what is your initial feel in Canada?
What do you think, Dwayne?
Canada to me is like the feel good
Sure.
story that you want to do well. Always thinking about kits and the visuals of it. Canada to me is the saddest kit story of the World Cup.
It's just red and
because
white. It's boring.
They didn't even get a kit because they were so not expected to make it to the World Cup that a new kit was not designed for them. So they are literally just using the old kits that they had. So it's just that kind of feel good story. Like you want to hug them and you want them to do well and you want them to have a great experience now that they're back in the tournament. And really for me, it's just all like good feeling. Like I want to root for them. I just want to see them do well, even though
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to make it.
And that's the thing with Canada. Canada is another one of those teams that I believe a lot in Canada. I think they're going to make it out of the group. It all starts with like
Big
their
take.
top talent. Their top talent is top talent. You have Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies. Their top talent.
Great. They're really good.
They're
Davies is
the
awesome.
they're the
Davies is one of the
most-
fastest
He's my
guys.
non-contender pick. We'll get
They're
to that
the
later.
most expensive CONCACAF players
Yeah.
in history.
Yeah.
So
Appropriately so.
yeah, exactly. Like Alphonso Davies is a penciled in starter at Bayern Munich, which is probably the best squad in all the world.
Close to it.
If not second best, right
Probably
there
City
behind Man
first,
City.
Bayern second. Yeah.
This team is riddled with star power. I think Tejan Buchanan, who played for the New England Revolution last year, part of that historic squad, has been killing it in Club Brugge. You also have Borjan, who plays for Stargate Red Star out there in Serbia.
Yeah, I mean, losing Crepo, they're lucky to have that replacement there.
Well, Borjan was actually their starter all through qualifiers. And then now who steps up? And Crapo was going to be their second goalkeeper, and now it's just St. Clair, and it's not a bad second option as a goalkeeper, if I'm honest.
You're right about that. I mean, it is crazy how deep they are because, it's a lot of MLS guys. It's, they have some guys overseas, like you said, at Bruges and Red Star and some of those smaller clubs that are harder to pay attention to. But they are deep. They're crazy athletic. That's to me is like, they're kind of sneaky like that. Like, I mean, this obviously isn't a basketball pod, but if you think about the Team Canada national basketball squad, you have guys like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Tristan Thompson, like these big, athletic, strong players. And
Correct.
so they're going to run you into the ground.
Yeah, and this team...
CONCACAF!
This team is literally... as much as we, love Canada, this team
CONCACAF.
is... Yeah, CONCACAF is the
do.
best.
Yeah,
Easily the best.
It's fun.
That's my 7-year-old team. I used CONCACAF to describe them because it got chippy, and they had to send the people over to give us a talking to. And I said, "I'm sorry that we got CONCACAF."
If you're not cheating, you're not trying to win. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
But this team is gonna go as Estaquayo and Hutchinson go.
Sure.
Because that's their midfield, and they need to be able to get the ball to those star players.
Yeah.
They need to get them to the Buchanans. They need to get them to David, and they need to get him Davies. Now, their secret weapon is Carl Larin, who's on the bench, who has also been playing great at Club Brugge. His only problem is that the attack is just too crowded for him.
Yep.
But this team, I believe in Allah. I think they have the talent. I think they have the coaching, and I think they have that never say die attitude, which makes them really hard for them to not qualify to the next group. And I think they're going to be the 2014 Costa Rica.
I think they are going to be really fun, and they'll be right in games, and they'll still finish third because Croatia and Belgium are really good.
Yeah.
I think Croatia's falling off.
We'll get into Modric later because that's my guy.
Yeah.
So there's your answer, Bray. You're right. Mitch and I think Belgium and Croatia are going to.
I think
make
that's
it,
a lock, but
and
that's
Mitch
fine.
thinks Croatia is dropping.
No, I think Croatia's
No,
dropping.
yeah, does.
Or
So
Yaya,
let's
sorry,
jump into
my bad.
Mexico here, just in
Yeah.
interest of time. And I mean, the floor is yours, clearly. For
So
Mexico.
with Mexico, it's a lot of Mexico fans were dumbfounded by the squad that Tata decided to call up.
It's a weird one.
I think off the top of the head, the biggest absence are Carlos Acevedo, the goalkeeper who's flagged to be the future. He's not there.
Can't believe he didn't get the backup spot.
He
It's
should have.
insane.
The Talavera, all respect, shouldn't be there. Too old. He's the oldest player at the World Cup, by the way. Then you also have Jesus Gallardo. I don't think he should be there personally. Not the biggest fan of him. I think he brings too many errors to that back line that can't afford any errors. And
I'm
then
cool
the
with it.
biggest, the biggest, yeah, as U.S. fans, you know how much Gallardo was tormented by Gio Reyna, how much he was tormented by Jesus Ferreira. You know that Jesus Gallardo should not even be sniffing the squad. But Tata has this thing with Monterrey players that he just loves them for some reason.
Yeah.
Even though they suck. He also brought in, he also left out Santi Jimenez, the top goal scorer in the Europa League. A guy that's killing it for Feyenoord.
Yeah.
And he decided to say, hey, you know what? I'm taking Funes Mori. I'm taking my Argentinian friend that we've known as kids. And he also decided to leave Diego Lainez off the squad, which was really weird, especially not having Tecatito at the World Cup. And taking Funes Mori and Tecatito, and taking Funes Mori and Raul Jimenez. Funes Mori is not in form, and Raul Jimenez is hurt.
Raul's hurt, yeah.
Yeah, and he's so hurt that Wolverhampton literally sent a message to Tata and told him, don't play him. You're going to injure him more than he has to be.
So they're fighting clubs now, club and country.
To me, it's
Yeah.
just interesting
Like,
to see
why?
this dynamic, man. When you look at just even at the CONCACAF teams, you have Mexico, specifically Tata Martino, saying, I am choosing experience over everything. I'm going games on the pitch, minutes played. Doesn't really matter if you're young and have goals. It doesn't matter if you're young and have upside. I am banking on the fact that you have seen so many different situations that will help this team. And then you look at the U.S. as the youngest team. If you average the age by over a year, like the gap between 1 and 2 is like the same as like 2 and
almost
20
3
or
years.
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
Like it's
almost 3 years.
crazy, right? Like it is like Tata's going the exact opposite of Berhalter.
Yeah, Tata right now doesn't know what he's honestly doing. He tried to quit the Mexican Federation, told them, no, we want you for our squad for whatever reason. I don't, to me, as a Mexico fan, I want them to go as far as they can. I hope they get that much coveted 5th game. They get to the quarters for the first time in my lifetime. But if I'm being honest, the real way to go about this is Mexico gets embarrassed. They lose all 3 games, and then they have to they have a wake-up call and they start doing what the U.S. does and get ready for 2026. That should be what a lot of Mexico fans are cheering for, but we're not because we love this team and we're going to be cheering for them to win. But if we want them to be good and actually get to win a World Cup or get past the fourth game at least, they need to be embarrassed. They have not been embarrassed in the history of Mexico. They haven't been embarrassed to the point where they need to make a change. They've been embarrassed in certain games, but they always bounce back immediately. There hasn't been a international embarrassment that they need.
Outside of how you feel you want things to go, is this the World Cup where that embarrassment happens?
I think it's very close. I think it's definitely up for debate, and I think it's very possible for them not to win a single game.
I think that's look. It seems like a wild take, but you're right. This is, I think, of every roster that has been announced, and granted, some still are up in the air. I think Argentina's talking about changing some of their 26, whatever. This is the most confusing. I think it's the least cohesive, and it's just kind of throwing veterans at the wall and seeing if they figure it out in the middle.
It's weird.
This is as low as I've ever been on the Mexican national team. And that's tough because it's like the biggest rivalry in the team. I hope does the worst.
And and the thing is that they're flushed with young talent. They really are. He doesn't want him. He doesn't care about the young
2026 is going to be terrifying.
Yeah,
for the rest of us.
Yeah, World Cup. What it should have been. This World Cup should have been a tune-up for 2026. Kind of like the U.S. is trying to do. Like they're trying to win. Of course, they're trying to get far. But they're also like, let's throw these kids into the wolves, see what they can do, and start planning for the future. And they just decided not to.
Yeah,
and it sucks.
Any final Mexico thoughts, guys?
Viva Mexico, cabrones.
There you go. You love to see it. Well, not really. But okay. Before we jump into contenders and our favorite bets, first we got to talk about the homies, man. It's Vaca TV. You guys know this. They are the GOAT in Colorado sports. That is the greatest of all television. Vaca TV delivers amped up sports coverage for Colorado fans featuring Altitude Sports. Do you know what's on Altitude right now?
I'm guessing the Nuggets and Avalanche.
Teams. Yes. Ever heard of them? They're dope. Nugs, Avs. Avs defending champs. Got to watch the title defense. You get the most... they also have AT&T Sportsnet. Get your Rockies coverage in there. Get your DU coverage in there. You get the most regional content for the lowest price for sports in Colorado. That's Avs, Nuggets, DU, CSU, UNC, and MSU. Go Roadrunners, baby. Did you know that our DNVR Nuggets crew went to Serbia? Did you guys know that?
I did know that.
I didn't actually.
Is
First
there
time
any
I'm hearing
way
about
to
this.
find out more about what they did in Serbia, Mitch?
They went to learn more about the history and culture of a country that delivered the city of Denver a little two-time MVP by the name of Nikola Jokic. And we were blown away by the sport from premiere night on the 27th of October when we released the documentary. So if you haven't seen 100 Invisible Threads yet, it is exclusively on Avaca. We'll be launching it soon on YouTube. But for right now, you can only see it on Avaca. So make sure you sign up. It is, you go to evaca.tv/DNVR. Sorry, I had the wrong one in my head there. And you get, it's $25 a month plus a $5 receiver fee. So we're talking $30 a month, gets you all that sports content, gets you just plain old TV. This is what you have in your house.
My wife loves it because if you're Mexican and you're listening to this pod, which I hope you are,
let's go.
It has all the Mexican channels that you need. So she loves watching novelas. She loves watching all those things. And we also get ABC, and so we get we have CBS and Fox, so we get to watch all the NFL as well.
And DNVR channel.
You can watch us on TV.
On the TV.
So especially if, Rapids won't be on now, but if you're a big Nuggets fan, you can click over to the DNVR channel, watch the pregame, jump back over to to Altitude and watch the game, and then jump back to DNVR for the post-game show. You don't have to pull up your computer, you don't have to pull up your phone, you don't have to mirror anything. It's just all right there on TV. So make sure that you sign up and you can watch all your favorite Colorado sports teams and original DNVR content. Also, new partnership alert. It's our friends at Denver Health Medical. It's open enrollment time for individual health plans now through January 15th. Denver Health Medical plans offer Elevate Exchange plans available on the Connect 4 Health Marketplace. This is great benefits and affordable plan choices. You can call direct at 303-602-4912 and sign up online at denverhealthmedicalplan.org. Elevate Exchange Plans have options for individuals and families looking for cost-effective, quality health insurance for those who might not get coverage through their employer or who might be self-employed and need to get coverage. All Elevate Exchange Plans include adult, dental, and vision at no cost. No cost. That is so big. Dental insurance. I'm totally scared of the dentist, but I appreciate when everything is covered and, all you have to worry about is getting drilled and not having your wallet get drilled.
And this is what we're kind of talking about. You see how this, this is the thing we're talking about. You see how it's so dope because they are part of the community.
Yeah.
They're trying to partner with us because they see that we're part of the community too. So I love UC Health.
This is Denver Health.
Oh, Denver Health. Sorry.
Yeah. We do love Denver Health. We also, UC Health is good too. But
UC
Denver Health. This is Denver Health time, baby.
Denver Health might be better.
Yeah. Yeah, way better. Go online or give them a call at 303-602-4912. Plan member have options to receive care at any of our 10 family health centers in the Denver area or main hospital outpatient medical center at Denver Health. It's right there off of 6th Avenue. Very convenient, easy in and out. Additionally, this year they added a new virtual mental health option called Elevate Mind. It's available 24/7 at the cost of a normal copay. Look, times are tough, man. It's stressful to be just alive right now, and you got to make sure you're taking care of your mentals. It is great for those who need a convenient resource for mental health. We are a NCQA accredited health plan, which means we have the higher standard of quality of care. Again, open enrollment for the exchange runs November 1st to January 15th. Enroll by December 15th to have coverage ready on January 1st. Call today, 303-602-4912, or visit denverhealthmedicalplan.org. Shout out Denver Health. Thank you.
They just took care of my father-in-law too. And
boom.
His little house scared, so we love Denver Health for that.
Shout out Denver Health. Thank you. Okay, moving on. It's contender time, baby. This is what we're talking here. I am just going to give a little spiel for, I think we have 8 or 9 contenders here. I'm going to give a little spiel about each one. I'm going to kick it to you guys, and we're just going to rap about it and see what happens. How's that sound?
I'm down.
I'm not a strong rapper.
Rap is in, like 50s rap about it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the Santa Fe clan of talking soccer.
Mom spaghetti.
There you go.
Damn
See,
it.
look, you're already there. You're halfway there. All right, we're going to start with the other Group B contender next to the United States, of course. They're also facing Wales and Iran. It's jolly old England, the Lions. I think the most hated team in the World Cup by every other fan group, probably.
I can't wait for them to drop their teeth in the Bay again.
Yeah. Look, they're basically an all-star team when you just look at their roster, right? It's Harry Kane, it's Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, Rashford, Jude Bellingham, Mason Mount, Trent Alexander-Arnold. You could keep going. This is a stacked team on paper. Jordan Pickford in goal from Everton, who's been great at Everton. He's basically the only reason Everton isn't bottom of the Premier League.
Literally.
He has been so good, and he was
lights.
He was lights out at Euros. He is a great keeper. And the problem, as always, same problem every single time with these guys, is the pressure is too much. The drama is too much. The focus on this team, on them being successful, is too much. So I guess the question is, this 2022 edition, can this English team, which made it to the Euro finals 2 penalties, can they beat that pressure and succeed in this World Cup?
No, they can't. In all respect to, they can't. They just can't. They don't have it in them. Sure. They don't got the dog. They don't have what they need to get out of the group, in my opinion. I think crazy. Okay, this is my thing. Italy didn't even qualify to the World Cup.
Yep.
And they couldn't beat Italy. Nope. There's a reason Italy's not in the World Cup. With all due respect, Ray, there's a reason they're not in the World Cup.
That reason's North Macedonia, baby.
Exactly. That's my thing. I think England is the least worrisome of all contenders, in my opinion.
Dude, Gareth Southgate, I can't believe they didn't make the change. He should not be in charge of this team. It's crazy that they're trying to do this again. I think they fooled themselves with Euros. I think that was a little bit of fool's gold. Chance to get out of the group, it's them or Wales to me. One of them won't advance. I think the U.S. gets out.
I just think there's a squad every World Cup that they're...
Well, yeah, and we'll get into those.
There's a squad in every World Cup that's a contender,
Yeah.
and they just don't make it. In 2018, it was Germany.
Yeah, we
And
got a
yeah,
few of those that I'll get into
exactly.
here later. Like,
So
this could be that team.
yeah, that's what I think.
You like them. All right, get it off. Go ahead, real quick.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a crazy person.
You are.
Thinking,
No, you're not
I
thinking,
think
you're knowing.
England wins the group and they're going to do well. They're just too good. I don't know. That attack is devastating. Their keepers are elite. Like, I know that there's been a lot of crappiness for them over the last many matches, but I just think the World Cup is different. I know that they have let themselves and everyone else around them down over and over again, but I just
Do you know the definition of insanity, Dwayne?
I must be insane because I think they win the group.
It's doing the same thing
they
over and
move
over
on
and
and do
expecting a different result,
Dwayne
which
should
is
be
what
a
you're doing.
therapist because no matter how much you fuck up, he'll still love you.
That's true.
I
Look,
have
the
fun
one
fact. I have a master's degree in counseling.
There you
There
go.
we
There
go.
you
That
go.
it's all explained.
The one thing I'll end England with is I am excited to watch Foden, Rashford, and Kane in attack together.
I'm
That's
also
exciting. That's speed. That's goals. That's tons of ball skills.
Saka's gonna be really good too.
Yeah. Look, this could be the team that goes really far. It could be the team that doesn't get out of group. I wouldn't put any money on them to win the whole thing. I think that's crazy. Okay.
Next Friday, Black Friday, down here in the bar.
It's gonna be insane. If you're not here, you're doing it wrong.
England,
You're doing it
we're
wrong.
going to be here. Rapids are going to be here. You got to be here.
We're drinking tea in honor of.
I will not drink tea.
I'm drinking
Joseph,
tea.
their defense is not crazy good because it features Harry Kane, and this is not Harry Kane, Slabhead. Sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Thank you,
Maguire's
Joseph.
sitting
I
on that back
appreciate
line. It's just
your-
not true.
your
It's just not.
normalcy.
It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, they're gonna blow it. So there you go. All right, moving on. Argentina. They are in Group C, featuring Yaya's Mexico squad as well as Poland and Saudi Arabia. Is this Messi's last ride? You also have Dybala and Di Maria, who are probably not their last World Cup, but they're probably last
Might be
in
Di
their
Maria's.
prime World Cup. It could be Di Maria's, yeah. They have a really solid supporting cast. You got Liche Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, Emi Martinez, a lot of Martinez's. The triple Martinez factor for them is big. And they just won Copa, right? So is, Dwayne, I'm going to kick this one to you. Messi's last ride, the thing missing in his trophy case. He has literally everything else you could ever want out of a football player. Is this the time he gets it?
I think his chances are better than ever, and I will use 4 words to describe to you why Argentina should be taken seriously.
Hit me.
They got that dog.
They do, yeah. This team is
got
super
that
dog.
more than any other squad, in my opinion. They are gritty,
Yeah.
and they got that dog, man. And like Messi, he's got to have it. So if it's going to happen for them, this is the one.
We've talked about some dogs in our last one, specifically just on the U.S. team. But Liche Martinez, man, obviously I'm a United fan, so take that as what it is. But if you see those highlights from this last game against Fulham, he is so physical. He is, for being the tiniest backline defender, maybe in the tournament, he is on the all-dog team. He is a
for sure.
beast. You obviously have the attack in the midfielder locked down. It's tough not to really like this Argentina team, and it's really tough not to like this Argentina team when it's a non-European based World Cup.
Yes. And ranked number 3 in the world.
Correct.
Like it's not just the dog. They're good.
They're very good.
They're very good.
This team, I think, can go really. I think this would be my favorite to win it.
I think so too. Or close.
I think honestly, it could even be like we could be really close to like a clash between him and Ronaldo. I think.
Oh, could you imagine?
So
would
like,
be
but I,
dope.
and I
Oh,
think
could you imagine?
I think this
It
is going to
would
be the
be
ultimate
so
decider.
sick.
But I think I just think Argentina is super stacked. Huge fan of Julian Alvarez out of Man City. I think he's going to be a great super sub. They have Alejandro Gomez as well in Sevilla, who's in form. I think this team is going to go the farthest out of.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's fair. Moving on. France. This is a tough one. They're in a relatively easy group. They got Denmark, Australia, and Tunisia in Group D, so they shouldn't have a problem getting out of group, but how high is their ceiling? Injuries are huge. No Nkunku, who is just on fire at Red Bull. You also have no Pogba and no N'Golo Kante. You still have this little guy. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, Mbappe, and Benzema. You still have Lloris in goal. They're still insanely, but for me, this is my pick for that crash and burn team that just doesn't live up to the hype.
I can see.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that for all of us.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I think it's too hard for them to crash and burn because of their group being so like
Sure,
easy.
but I think would you be shocked if they didn't make it to the round of 8?
Oh no, I wouldn't at all. But my thing with England is I don't think they even get out of the group.
Fair.
So that's why
fair.
I think they're my crash and burn because I think
Sure.
they're just gonna be so shitty they don't even do anything.
Fair.
But
Absolutely fair.
I do think that France has a lot of elite talent, but they don't have any chemistry.
Well, they're
which I
missing three
top-
of their best 5 players, maybe.
think- yeah, true, but even then, like France is just stacked.
It is
no
France.
no matter where you look at it, they're stacked.
It is France. That's
Like,
fair.
but I think their biggest issue is going to be chemistry.
Yeah.
That's going to be because when you play with somebody for so long, you know where they're going to be before you even pass the ball. And I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the biggest issue with France.
Okay, real quick. Germany, Group E, Costa Rica, Spain, Japan. They failed to get out of group in 2018. They won the whole thing in 2014. This is the first cup under new manager Hansi Flick. They had 3 World Cups under Lowe before that. Usual suspects, you got Neuer, Rudiger, Gundogan, Götze, Brandt, Kai Havertz, Leroy Sané. These are world-class names. This is a world-class roster. But can they find that winning form again, Dwayne, yes or no?
Not to the finals. No.
Not to the finals. I don't think there's a chance they make it to the finals. But again, like I said, those
super
names.
impressive in qualifying.
Look, those names
scored 36-4 opponents.
Yeah,
Like,
look,
good.
they can pour in. If there's a team that averages over 3 goals in this tournament, Germany can be that.
Germany
team.
could be that team for sure.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing with Germany is just again they're young.
Yeah.
But I think they're not dumb. I don't think any German has ever said they're young and dumb.
No, they are
Yep.
very smart, very talented, very skillful, physical. I think Leroy Sané might be my favorite guy out of all of those 2.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's the one that has the most talent. I think top end talent.
Yeah. So we're high on them, but not high as in make
Not
it to the
winning,
finals
huh?
and win the whole thing.
Like maybe
Round of 8,
yeah.
round of 4,
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Spain, okay, also in that group, right? So tough for Costa Rica and Japan to get out of this group when you have Spain and Germany in there. They, much like Germany, did not did not get out of group in 2014 after winning the World Cup before. They fired their manager 2 days before the 2018 World Cup after he took the Real Madrid job without telling them.
I'm sorry. I tried to get it together, but that's still one of the.
It's one of the
craziest
funniest
ever,
things to
yeah.
ever happen in World Cup history.
I'm gonna just not go to the World Cup, and I'm gonna go straight to Real Madrid.
Look,
lot of Wolverhampton
there's no David De
connections
Gea
today.
this time around, but their team is still so stacked. Jordi Alba, Azpilicueta, Busquets, Gavi, Koke, Pedri, Rodri, Asensio, Dani Olmo has been really good this year. I think that's been his breakout over the last year or 2.
I think the best comparison for this squad would be the U.S. squad.
Yeah, but they're just the A+ version of it.
It's like a refined U.S. squad, kind of,
Yes.
if you want to look at it, because they have all the young elite talent with Ansu Fati, with the Pedris, with the Dani Olmos, really good young talent that just they're young and dumb enough, same thing as the U.S., that they can actually go all the way
100%.
and really make life difficult for everybody out there.
They do not care who they're facing because they are stacked at every position. They're going to tiki-taki you to death. Pass, goal. Granted, that has...
It's a high risk, high reward squad. Like
it's
their
high-
coach is pretty wacky with that.
It's insane.
Like, yeah.
There's a limit. They always find a limit where that style, whether they're too worn down because of the condensed tournament style play or whatever it is, that they tend to fall off round of 8, round of 4, where all of a sudden that pass is just pass, hold, over dribble, turnover. And so can they hold that off long enough to get to the end? This team, I think, has the talent to do it. Still not my pick.
Too risky.
I also think that that's going to be a little bit different this time around because they do have the young guys in there.
Sure.
They no longer have like the Busquets
Right.
starting. Like they don't only have like Busquets all in the midfield. Now they have like the Pedris. They have the Ferran Torres. They have people that can bring up the
Rodri.
energy. Exactly. They have a lot of the younger kids that can really like bring in that energy and kind of be a little bit more aware of what's going on.
Moving on, Group F, Belgium. They're in a tough group. Canada and Croatia is the final match, so that is the last match day for Group F. Is going to be Belgium Croatia, probably one of the best games of the group stage besides England and USA and Germany and Spain. That's going to be super fun. Winner probably winning the group on the line there. Is this the last ride for Belgium's golden generation? They are number 2 in the most recent FIFA World Rankings. Courtois and Kevin De Bruyne. You're talking two of maybe you think Courtois overrated, but we're talking possibly the best at their position in the world. Like these guys have top end talent like very few teams have. KDB to me is the kind of guy that can just completely take over. You have Lukaku. He's not in the best form, but a hold-up guy like that in tournament play is exactly what you want. He had 4 goals in Russia in 2018. This last ride for the golden generation, is this it?
Unfortunately not. I think they had all the talent in the world. I can't see them getting it done. I love a lot of the players they have. I love Toby Alderweireld. I love Courtois. I don't love Courtois. I think he's overrated, but I think he's a good goalkeeper
really
for them.
Good.
I think he's a good goalkeeper.
Really good.
I also love Alex Wetzel, and I think also Yannick Carrasco out there. I think they're players that can be really key cogs. But unless they can have Kevin De Bruyne do everything,
which you can,
but not for 90 minutes.
He can though.
That's I think unless Kevin De Bruyne cements himself as the top player in the world, I don't think they have a chance.
If you've not figured it out, Mitch is all in on Belgium.
I think part of it's also you've been burned by Man City so much and Kevin De Bruyne that you're just like, I can't do this anymore.
Look, here's my thing with it, man. They're so good. And can they put it together? Maybe not, but they're also have the 9th best odds to win it. We're talking almost plus 2,000 to win the World Cup.
Oh,
if there is any value on the board, it is Belgium. They absolutely have the talent to go win. So I don't know. I'm just saying, go ahead. I like them. We'll see what happens. Really quick, we'll burn through these last 3. Portugal, they have Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Not the hardest group to get out of, but obviously, the Ronaldo drama, we could do a whole 90-minute pod on the Ronaldo drama.
I think you can do that 90-minute pod by yourself.
I absolutely could. But that doesn't mean they don't have just an insane attack. They haven't made it past the round of 16 since 2006. But tell me this attack can't make it past the round of 16. Ronaldo, Bruno, João Felix, Bernardo Silva. You have those 4 guys bombing the net.
If they win the group, they could play Serbia.
I don't see Serbia getting out of the group, but I do see what you're saying.
But I mean, that just makes it just another level to push.
That is a scary attack, man.
Yeah,
that is a scary attack.
And then I'm all in on Portugal. I think they're gonna go far. I don't know if they win it, but I can also see them. They've made some of those like runs like in the Euro, where like they didn't have the most talented squad. They had a really good squad, and they just like almost went. They won the Euros. What was it in 2012? I want to say they won the Euros.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the most talented squad. I don't remember exactly the year, but it wasn't the most talented squad. But yet they won it all. So in my opinion, I think Portugal is on a clash course with Argentina at some point.
I would love to see that.
I really do think so.
Who wouldn't?
Okay, let's see. Moving on here. Real quick.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Group A, Qatar, Senegal. I wrote Qatar twice. My bad. I forget who the other team is in there off the top of my head.
I got you.
Let's see. They were in the final in 2010. They finished 3rd in 2014 and missed out completely in 2018. Let's see. This is a whole new look for them since we've seen them on a world stage because they missed 2018. Virgil van Dijk, Frankie de Jong, Memphis. Memphis was absolutely unstoppable in qualifying, but can't find minutes at Barcelona. So make of that what you will. Clear path out of the group. Can they get through the knockout stages? Yes or no?
Yes, I think they're super underrated. I think they're a dark horse.
Love that. All right, Brazil, world number 1. We don't have to go very hard on these guys. I think this is, you can book, maybe even book semifinal or final appearance for these guys. World number 1. It's not a European World Cup.
And they're not injured, which
they're
is
not
very
injured.
Key.
Yes. It is the Neymar and Vinicius so up top. You add Thiago Silva, Casemiro, Fabinho, international Fred, who's just the 10 times the player club Fred is. He just finds it on the national team.
He's one of those players that when you put him around talent, he just kind of performs.
Obviously, Gabriel Jesus, Anthony, Rafinha. This team is stacked. Book it late. Okay. Give me one player to watch real quick and 1 point. Yeah. That's not on any of these guys we just said.
Oh, any of these guys? I'm going to go really home run. I'm going to try to look at Alexis Vegas and Edson Alvarez.
Cool.
Davies for Canada.
Love it. My favorite player that's never played for my club or national team, Luka Modric. Croatia made the final last time. They're awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I say go for it. All right. Give me a best bet. Ready to go.
I got two. I got Mexico money line against Argentina at plus 550. And I have Canada to qualify from group at plus 275.
I've got Messi for Golden Boot at plus 1,000. Last ride, I think he goes for it.
Love that. Mine, Belgium plus 1,800. It's literally just the best value on the board of all the realistic things to happen. Right? Yeah. Belgium winning this World Cup, while not likely, is so possible with the talent that they have, the run they can make. And if you're getting almost 20-1 odds on that for the world number 2 team, you take that bet, place that bet. All right.
Buy a lot of waffles.
Real quick, does anyone have a Hyundai?
I do not. I saw that though. Thank you.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're all good on this show.
I was very close. Trust me.
I was nervous.
I saw
down
something.
there.
I'll let you know in a bit what happened.
All right, guys. I mean, that's it for us for World Cup preview stuff. But that being said, the DNVR Rapid Show that we do weekly is still going to be insanely focused on the World Cup. We are going to be live watch-alongs for every U.S. game, the semifinals and the final. We're going to be doing post-games for those shows. We're going to have watch parties here for every Mexico and U.S. game. We're going to be open for every non-3 a.m. World Cup game here. This is the spot. Brunch menu on point. DNVR staff hanging out. We might even get an Ali Monroy appearance for the Ecuador games.
Hell yeah. I'm
Let's
watching
go.
the game.
Am I right?
We'll be
Let's
here
go.
early morning on
Let's
Sunday watching.
9
go.
a.m. Yep. Ecuador, Qatar.
Yes. Love that. Ecuador,
Sunday.
sneaky team to get out of that group. Sneaky.
Very close to not qualifying due to
Hey,
legal
hey,
problems.
hey.
No,
We don't
hey,
even
look,
know
look.
about
If
that.
you're not
We
cheating,
know
if
that.
you're not cheating, you're not trying. Okay,
Yeah,
so
bring
go
it
for
back.
it.
I think you cheat all you can. Mexico tried and they got caught. So.
Look, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, and they cheated and made it. So good for them. So that's gonna do it for us, man. We're gonna skip plugs. You guys know our stuff. Follow us, like our stuff, Twitter, all that. Super important to follow along with us during this cup run. We are so happy you guys made it along today for the show. For Yaya, for Dwayne, for me, for everyone here at DNVR. Thanks for riding with us. And more important than everything, and it stays this way. Allie, you ready to go out? Up the PIDs!